Hello, vinyl community. This is Mark from Westchester, Pennsylvania, and I'm giving yet another vinyl talk. My vinyl collection, yes, and I'm going to do the E's this time, and also I'm going to go through some new things that I bought. I'm buying a lot of new things. It's really nice. So let's just get started, shall we? This is Duran Jones and the Indications, and it says here, Deep Midwest Soul. And these guys are from the Midwest, and they sound like they're out of the 60s. It's really good stuff. Heard this at the Mad Platter, my local record store, and dug it. I'm going to blow through these pretty fast because there's a lot of them. Boogaloo Down Broadway, the fantastic Johnny C. from Philadelphia, IA. This is the inner sleeve I didn't take out yet. Boogaloo Down Broadway. That song is one of my favorites from when I was a kid. My dad used to play that all the time on the record player. Now, because we all need a laugh these days, I got George Carlin's Class Clown to make me laugh and laugh and laugh. This is my second George Carlin LP. And I need to laugh and laugh some more. Cheech and Chong, get out of my room and leave me alone. Love that. And it's also got the music lesson on here. And I played this for students of mine, and some of them recognize themselves. Brand X, more rock and roll. This almost completes my Brand X collection with one of the best drummers in the whole world, Phil Collins, who looks very pensive on there, doesn't he? He's not even divorced yet. George Duke, Faces in Reflection. This was around 1974, right during when he was working with Frank Zappa. I have the other recording of his that Frank played on, so I'm pretty sure this is gonna be pretty darn nifty. Arthur Conley's Sweet Soul Music, another one of those tunes when I was a kid. I just fell in love with the sound of it and stumbled upon this online. I believe this is an original copy. Nice. Looking forward to hearing it. Speaking of Sweet Soul music, James Brown. It's a Mother. It says the JVs. It's 1969. I listened to this. This is my favorite version of James Brown, is working with these fellas. Nothing more needs to be said. Okay. Now I'm getting into some jazz organ stuff. Richard Groove Holmes, and I'm looking specifically for stuff that does done in the 60s and the early 70s. The production and the sound of the music is what I'm interested in, and this stuff looks good. Soul music, you know what I'm saying? Here's brother Jack McDuff and his quartet live at the Jazz Workshop. Another organist. There's Jimmy McGriff and there's McDuff. There's all these mix all over the place. But of the new stuff that I bought so far that I am crazy about, this is Root Down, Jimmy Smith Live. This was done in a club in California, I believe it was LA. And for lack of a better word, it's lo-fi, but it's wonderful sound. You know, it's not produced. There's no reverb on it. There's a song on here specifically for Everyone Under the Sun that I have totally flipped over. Playing on here is really neat. And it's a different setting for him. He's got like a funk band with him. He's got these younger players, and it's great all the way through. I'd buy it if I were you. Gary Burton and Chick Corea. This is my third album that has them together. And the first two that I got are great. Okay, that's it for the new stuff so far. Here are the E's. Starts with the Eagles. This is my only Eagles album, On the Border. It's because it's the only one I really like. With Already Gone, James Dean, On the Border. They could have taken Old 55 off. Old 55. But that's okay. I am now looking for these ECM samplers. There are 11 of them, and I have a few now. Once again, the Mad Platter had 2 of these, and I'm like, ooh, I want them. ECM is a fabulous record label with Look at these people. And if you don't know who they are, you can get a sampler. You can listen to a tune of each of them. This is a really good one. Number 3 is not as good as 2, for me anyway. But here's number 3. Same look, you know. But this is really neat because you get to hear all these different artists on the ECM record label. So I stick this in with it too. This is actually a very new, whoops. Oh yeah, right, duh. This is brand new. I haven't listened to this one yet. ECM, this is number 4. So I have 2, 3, and 4. And I think I'm getting 11. It's coming in the mail. Very much looking forward to listening to this. And yes, I was thinking about this one. Music with 58 musicians. This is an ECM. This isn't a sampler. Those other 3 were promos, not for sale. They were to go to radio stations in the day. 1979, 1980. This was for sale to the public. And once again, it's got the same wonderful artists on it, and it's in great shape. And I love listening to that music. I really do. Now we got a guy's known for Rockabilly. And the 2 songs I know on here aren't really Rockabilly. Girls Talk, written by Elvis Costello, which is one of the best songs. I mean, it's just got a wonderful bunch of, a wonderful chord progression, and gee whiz, the melody in that song is just so gorgeous that it could be an instrumental. Dave Edmunds is really good. I only have one of his albums, though. And I have a few albums of the Electric Light Orchestra, and the reason I have them, I'm going to guess, is because of Roy Wood, who's in the band. Now, he's not on this one. I'm looking down here going, I don't see Roy Wood anywhere. Okay, he's not on this one. And I do like this one because this is the one that I heard first when I was a kid with, Bluebird is Dead, Daybreaker. Loved Daybreaker. Mama Bell, and In the Hall of the Mountain King. They reminded me a bit of the Beatles. This was a 1973 release, and I was so missing the Beatles back then that this band had a real feel for the Beatles. Now this one is their second album, and I'm going to guess that Roy Wood is on this. I think Roy Wood's a really wonderful musician, and he had a band called The Move, and then Jeff Lynne joined The Move, and then the 2 of them started ELO, or Electric Light Orchestra, and then Roy Wood left. And then Electric Light Orchestra became ELO, and that's when I dropped out, basically. Here's Electric Light Orchestra. This is a 72 release, and I'm going to guess that Roy Wood's on this one, too. I don't really remember what exactly is on here. Someday I'll listen to it again. My only Duke Ellington album, Money Jungle, and the reason I got this was because it sort of had the old school meets the new with Charles Mingus and Max Rich joining them. I figured, there's a trio with these 3 guys. That should be interesting. It was okay. It wasn't anything to shout home about. They weren't knocking each other out there. One of my favorite jazz pianists, and one of the earliest ones that I liked, is this guy, Bill Evans, who you are listening to in the background. And I'll show you what this record is in a minute. But this is the Bill Evans album with Eddie Gomez and Marty Morell. And I'm going to guess that this was probably, released posthumously. A lot of stuff was released posthumously with him. This was not. This was Bill Evans from left to right, playing Fender Rhodes electric piano and the Steinway piano. I don't think you can go wrong with Bill Evans. Everything he does or did was so tasty. This is a Riverside recording. New Jazz Conceptions. I think this is an original pressing. I first heard about him when he was playing with Miles Davis. And I went, that guy's wonderful. Miles Davis thought so also. This is him playing solo piano. And here's Bill Evans. Well, that's not Bill Evans, he's not. Anyway, Bill Evans at the Montreux Jazz Festival with Eddie Gomez and Jack DeJohnette. what you're listening to right now is this album. Bill Evans and Jim Hall, Undercurrent. That's the back of the album. Here is the front of the album. It's a Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab album. Wonderful, wonderful recording. If you can hear it behind me. Yes, I'm talking over it, but listen to this. Just you, and keep the lights down and just listen to it, and it'll take you places. It's really wonderful. Finally, my E's end with Bill Evans once again. This one is Eloquence. And this is a latter album of his. Such a tragic ending to this man, you know, in the sense that he died so young. And he was such a... I've heard a few interviews with him, and he's just so eloquent. And he sounds like such a sweet man. Marianne McPartland did a really great 30-minute interview, which I have, where they played together, and then he did this beautiful thing. It sounded like Debussy. It was so gorgeous. Anyway, okay, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I may be putting the F's up sooner than later. The F's up, yeah. And if you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to leave them with me. Leave them at the, the thing. And like I said, I'm a musician. I'm not a historian. I don't know everything there is to know, but I do love to share music, and I love to learn too. So if you have something that I should know about, feel free to let me know. All right. Enjoy the rest of your February, and see you soon.